What's up, guys? This is Michael. I'm not home right now. This probably looks dark and weird and strange and unfamiliar. But if you like Miraculous, if you like CRISTINA V, who voices Marinette / Ladybug on Miraculous and a bunch of other things, I'm sure most of you probably already know, you should check out a video I did on a channel called Okamoto Kitchen. I've been creating a bunch of different types of like anime and gaming content, and I actually did a special little mini fun interview with CRISTINA V personally in that video. You know, if you like CRISTINA V, if you want to check it out, you should check it out. I'll leave a link right now on the screen, on the card, or if you want to check it out after the video, I'll leave it at link at the end of the video, or if you want to go in the description. It's a link in the description. So there's a bunch of different ways, but you should watch this video too, so you should watch both. I don't care what order, but you should watch both. A bunch of anime goodness, and there's a couple other videos on there of me doing weeby and gaming nerdy things at E3 and AniFest, so you should watch that stuff, because it's good. I'm just waiting now, waiting for you to click, or not click, whatever, you can wait. You're your own person. I'm not gonna rush these things. Alright, I'll see you later.
What is going on, guys? This is Mike Williams from Cartoon Universe, and we've got a Miraculous Ladybug theory. I know it's crazy. I personally have not really done one of these in a while. I did a little mini one. It was more of a little discussion based off a promo, but this is actually a more in-depth theory. I've been recently catching up Miraculous, and I think I have some new ideas about what's been happening to Emilie Agreste and where she might be. I'm going to present some old ones too, but I kind of want to just talk about all the possibilities that kind of make sense and talk about what we know about her. Where could she be? Where could she have gone? What's her deal? Because out of the whole series, she seems to be the biggest mystery so far, besides like the greater lore of the world and the universe and the other Miraculouses and stuff. She's the one mystery that I feel like is hard to crack down, and especially in a show that's generally pretty predictable and safe. You know, we can usually see where things are going. This is one aspect that I think is actually really interesting and captivating. I think a lot of the show's potential comes from mysteries like these, where we can kind of dive deeper, and we actually really have a lot of possibilities here. And I don't think it's going to get too dark because it is Miraculous, but you never know. It's absolutely possible. So let's talk about Emilie Agreste. What do we know about her? Where's she at? Where's she be? So from what we can tell, from what we've heard about her in the series, she's apparently kind, she's apparently loving, but she's headstrong about keeping people safe, similar to Adrien, pure cinnamon roll boy. And this is all alleged, by the way. She may have been like that to Adrien, but maybe to other people she was terrible. I don't know. We'll talk about that in a bit. But we know that she disappeared within the last year or so as of the Christmas special. We don't really know what the time frame is for that per se. So where is she? Where's she at? Because most of us thought that she was dead. Clearly she's playing a bigger role in the plot, and she's just actually missing, which is way more interesting. So in the episode Gorazilla, which was the big episode that I feel like really moved her plot forward and kind of jumbled all these pieces together relating to her, we see the movie Solitude that Gabriel and Adrien are watching, which obviously features her, and she's the star of it. And as she turns, we finally see her face in the camera. It pans down to the basement. Now, I don't know if this is literally Gabriel Agreste's basement. It probably is, considering the design's very similar to the actual house, but it pans down to the basement, obviously symbolizing that this room either has her in it or she is connected to it in some way. So what are the possibilities? Well, originally, I thought that she still might actually just be dead, and it is totally possible that she's dead and she's actually in that basement in this little coffin thing in the center here. It's really hard to tell even in HD. Some sort of pod or coffin or encasing of some sort. And it's possible that Gabriel is obviously trying to resurrect her using the Ladybug and Cat Miraculous, and he's just keeping her in the basement. Really creepy stuff, but we hear a banging and a beeping noise, and that's what the part that's really interesting. As we pan down, it's not part of the music, it's very clearly not part of the music. We hear a loud bang and beeping. I think the bang, it sounds like she's either inside this pod or coffin and banging to get out, or maybe, I don't know, she's hungry. And a beeping, which if it's a pod, it could be some sort of technology, and the beeping could be from that, or a lot of people were saying that beeping could be from Miraculous about to de-transform, which is very interesting. So let's talk about possibilities. One, she might be in a coma, and maybe she occasionally wakes up in some sort of night terror-esque state. Kind of weird, kind of esoteric, but that would make sense. That'd be kind of interesting. Maybe Gabriel knows she's actually down there and he's keeping her safe because he doesn't want people to see her like that, essentially. And this could potentially have had to do with some sort of accident with the peacock Miraculous. Or maybe she's not even in a coma at all. Maybe her face is all completely deformed and she's like kind of got brain damage or something. Maybe she's not truly herself because she went overboard with the peacock Miraculous, because we know that she most likely held the Peacock Miraculous at some point. The Peacock Miraculous is right by her picture inside the little safe where Gabriel keeps all his, kinky stuff. So it's also possible she's also alive in there just chilling, but that doesn't make sense. I don't know why Gabriel would just hide her like that, unless she was trying to get away from her acting career and Gabriel knew this, but that's just so drastic and dramatic and kind of silly, and it doesn't add up to Gabriel wanting to bring her back so bad, so that doesn't add up there at all. So we can pretty much scratch that off. The banging noises also almost sound like footsteps or potentially big lights go out, like factory industrial lights going off, but we don't see any lights going out. So I don't think that's it either. But we know that she had the Peacock Miraculous at some point. At least it's very highly implied that she did. And if you look at the symbolism of the peacock, there's some stuff here that kind of might add up to her as a character from what we know so far and also what we might not know yet. We have vision, royalty, spirituality, awakening, guidance, protection, and watchfulness. Specifically, I think protection fits her very well. She was apparently very motherly and she was really about loving and protecting Adrien. But it's also possible that Gabriel doesn't even know she's down there. What if she's down there and she's actually keeping a watch on everything, which would add up to watchfulness and vision? What if she is the holder of the Peacock Miraculous that we've been teased for so long, Mayora? And there's a couple reasons I think this, and obviously this has been a long-standing theory, but we actually have more evidence now. This would add up to the windows matching, since this is how Gabriel, quote-unquote, keeps watch as he's Hawkmoth. They have the exact same types of windows, assuming she's just chilling here in the basement. One issue, though, with this theory is that how would she get the Peacock Miraculous? We know the Peacock Miraculous is being held by Gabriel in his kinky study, but it's possible it's a fake, or it's being carefully placed there by the one person who may actually have access. Nathalie. Yes, my boys. We've done a whole discussion on how Nathalie fits the color scheme of the Peacock Miraculous, how she may become Mayora, back then known as Lipion, or something like that. I don't speak French. What if they're both the same person? What if Nathalie and Emilie Agreste are the same person? I know it sounds wild and insane, and it totally might not happen, but hear me out for a second. Peacocks could potentially offer the power of shapeshifting, which explains the color scheme, and it would also explain Nathalie's care for Adrien, because she acts very cold when she's in front of him, but this could all be a part of the act, when deep down she clearly has, we've seen in multiple occasions, she feels for him. She very much empathizes for Adrien and all of his struggles. And if we think about peacocks, what else are they known for? They're all about presentation and performance. So maybe this ties back into Emilie technically taking on a new identity, and this would also make sense considering she's literally an actress and presumably a relatively famous actress. And this would all add up really well because she could just be acting as Nathalie this entire time, using the Peacock Miraculous to keep a watch on things. They said there would be a big boss that would be above Hawkmoth and would basically be bossing Hawkmoth around. But maybe Emilie is quietly pulling the strings and will take over. And it would be a good twist for Nathalie / maybe Emilie to become the boss, since it's been the other way around this entire series. Gabriel Agreste has been the boss of Nathalie, been bossing Nathalie around. It might finally be time for Emilie / Nathalie to become the boss, or maybe Natalie's just gonna become Mayora and she's the holder of Peacock Miraculous, but whatever. Anything's possible. But as for her motive, that's the one thing I can't really pinpoint. It's possible she wanted to get away from her life in the spotlight, but again, there has to be something else there. I don't know what her villainous intentions might be. That's the one thing that's super duper unclear. But I think the Queen's battle may end with a cliffhanger. We see in the movie that Emilie Agreste is in, Solitude, it is produced by someone named A. Bourgeois, and this could actually refer to either Chloe's mom or dad, both of which is words, is that how you say things? Begins with an A. So it could be her mom or her dad. I don't think it's the dad. He seems too dorky. I don't see him having any type of artistic vision. But we know in the upcoming episode, the Queen's Battle, we are going to get introduced to Chloe's mom, and we know she's a kind of a fashionista. This is actually a 3-part episode. And why make something like this a 3-part episode? Obviously, besides the fact that we know that we're going to be getting Queen Bee / Queen Wasp, and then probably Queen Bee again. I don't think we need a 3-part episode for Queen Bee. I think we're going to actually learn a lot more about the connection between the Agreste family and the Bourgeois family, and this three-parter is all about the Bourgeois family. And I think at the very end, we're going to get a tease at some stuff for Emilie Agreste, because I think it will lead into the two-part finale, which is called Catalyst, which catalysts can mean a lot of things, but obviously the word cat is there, which tends to refer to Adrien / Cat Noir, and then Mayora, which is obviously the holder of the Peacock Miraculous. So we're going to be seeing the holder of the Peacock Miraculous, new or old or both, by the end of this season. And we also know that it was confirmed we're going to be learning a lot more about Emilie Agreste by the end of season 2, and that's when this would be. When this whole arc would be. So I think it's going to lead into the two-part finale, and I think this would be a great way to do it, to connect everything from the Agreste family to the Bourgeois family, how it all intertwines, and probably get some miraculous lore in there and how they connect to maybe even Master Fu. But what do you guys think? Do you think Emilie could be Nathalie? Do you think she's in a coma? Do you think she's dead in the basement? Or do you think Nathalie's just gonna be Mayora and it's not gonna be Emilie at all, but we're still gonna learn about Emilie through other means? Like, I'm super interested, because there's so many different possibilities and everything's starting to come together, and I'm hype because I feel like this show is finally reaching the potential that I always wanted to have. So let us know in the comments down below what you think about this, and if you're new here, be sure to subscribe for more miraculous goodness, and if you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave it a like. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I've been Mike Williams, you've been watching Cartoon Universe, and we'll see you in the next video. Peace.